scrappy friends, it's Kim back from Memories in Time, and today I am here to work with this fabulous Eat, Play, Love paper. And as soon as I saw this in the catalog when I first received it, I knew immediately I was going to create a recipe, my grand's favorite recipe cookbook with this. And I'll be using a 6x8. I have one right here. A 6x8 Everyday Life. And this is the beautiful red. This will be my cookbook. And this will be, it's going to be just a little bit of scrapbooking along with recipes. And I will incorporate flip-flaps. There we go, flip-flaps in this. And so my inspiration for the cover of this cookbook is actually this card. And so I wanted to do this video to show you guys that inspiration for a scrapbook page can come from anywhere. It literally can come from anywhere. This is a normal 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card. I could actually use this and allow it to inspire a 12 by 12 page, 8 1/2 by 11 page. But I just love this, and this little sentiment that goes inside the jar there, the secret ingredient is always love. That's perfect for this cookbook to document some of my grand's best loved recipes. And so I have everything, just to save time, I have everything already pre-cut, pre-measured, ready to go. So I am using French vanilla cardstock. This is not White Daisy. This is French vanilla, and the base is French vanilla. And then I am using papers from Eat, Play, Love with some fern cardstock. I will be using a 3 by 4 PML card as a photo mat for this picture that I have cut down of my little granny's hands mixing some stuffing. And those of you who aren't typical to my followers, my granny will be 95 years old in August. And so that's one reason why I want to capture this. I want to capture these. So that is the papers. I'll be using Intense Black ink, Fern ink, and I have pulled Gold Brown Blend tri-blend marker. I have pulled the dark red blend, which I won't be using the dark end, and I have pulled dull green for some coloring on the jar. I used this fabulous Eat, Play, Love card making set, and it comes with the die cuts. I already die cut my mason jar, and then I'll be using this stamp right here. The secret ingredient is always love. And then I will be tone on tone stamping with the rolling pin and the whisk. And so the one thing I realized I do not have out yet is blocks. That's where I'm going to start. I'm going to move all these things over. Talk a lot. I just talk a lot. It's been a stressful few weeks with being sick and not being able to get in my room and create. So I'm just excited to be in here talking to you guys. So I'm going to pull that little guy off, and just to make sure that he doesn't get all wonky on my block, I'm just going to lay him down, and then I'm just going to let my block pick him up, and that way he's not like all wonky. And just to make sure that he didn't get wonky, and here I am, I need to stand up, guys. Yeah, we're going to be good. So I'm going to stamp him up in Intense Black ink, and all I'm doing right now is just taking some of that shine off the stamp, seasoning it up so that it will give me a good crisp image. If you do not season your stamp, then your ink will likely bubble. And this block is way too big, so if you notice, I put my stamp on one side, and when I ink, I'm going to ink like this in my pad and then turn it around and stamp. That way, I dropped my block. It'll be okay. I'm not going to sweat the small things. It will add character. And then I'm just tapping and I'm doing a little twist, tap, a little twist. Make sure I'm inked up nice and well. And I am going to put that layer of foam down. I have a low spot back there on my desk, right where my filming equipment is. And then I'm just going to lay him down. And the reason that I'm starting with this is I want this intense black ink to dry, because I am going to be doing some coloring around those edges. And then I'm just using my extremely well-loved chamois to wipe that clean. And then we'll set this to the side. And here is another fun thing is, not only are we using a card as inspiration, but we're also using a card making stamp on a page. And so I love that idea. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to tone on tone stamp with the whisk and with the rolling pin. And so I'm going to start with the whisk first, and I'm just going to season that one as well. And there's no rhyme or reason, I'm just random stamping here. Just random stamping. And I am going to somewhat go in a little triangular. See that triangle there? And then I'm putting that little guy back on. And, you know, some of this will completely be covered, and that's okay. That is okay. He curved a little, and so remember, you just lay your image down, your stamp down, and then turn your block and pick it up. There we go, and that's all I'm doing. Just random stamping. And so that piece is ready now. And now we can start building our page until I'm ready for my sentiment and coloring on there, okay? So all I did is I just randomly cut some sizes to fill this page, just very randomly. This is, again, French vanilla. This is, and my page is 6 by 8, and so this is 5.5 by 3, or 3 by 5.5 is how I did this one. And then I do want, and I'm just turning this around a little sideways, I do want a little border edge, like maybe 1/4 of an inch around, and that is extremely crooked. And now I'm just going to go in layers. I am just going to go in layers. And I really love this little pop that this lemonade is going to provide. Love that little pop. And now I want this fern piece to sort of overlap. So now I'm going to build from the bottom. And so I'm just eyeballing to build from the bottom. And I'm not going to like press down upon that, because if when I get up to this area I'm a little off here, then I want to be able to pull that up, if that makes any sense. And so now I'm adding a floral piece, and this floral, y'all, oh my gosh, like I have just the pack that we consultants can get, which is a bulk pack. I have that coming. It's this floral on one side and the lemonade plaid on the back. Oh, I just can't get enough of that paper. Just can't get enough. Oh, I did pretty good, sister. Pretty good. And so then I want this to kind of overlap. Right there. And then this is a zip strip that is going to go right in the middle. And when I was cutting it, I actually tore it just a little there, but I'm still using it because it will be covered. Okay, and now the photo is already cut. And so what I did is I went in a 1/4 inch all the way around, so that way I would have this border. And I think I want that photo to go right about there. Yes, 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 yes. And so now we're going to move this to the side, and we're going to flip this back over, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. And we want the sentiment that says the secret ingredient is always love. And we're going to stamp that in fern. And we're going to season that one as well. See how quickly this page is coming together, and it is just all 100% inspired by that card. And then I love that our stamps are clear so that we can make sure that we're completely inked up. And I'm probably going to have to stand so that I see where I'm going here. And if my head gets in the camera, I do apologize. The secret ingredient is always love. Oh, how pretty. I love it. And then I'm just going to use my stamp shimmy to wipe that down. And we are almost finished with this page now. We are finished with the stamp, so I can flip that over. We're finished with this ink. And now I'm going to use, let me think about this. Which one of these? I'm going to put just a little shadow. And I think this one is the light. Yes. And that's the mid. Yes, I'm going to use the light end of the gold brown blend just to put a little shadow right around the edges. So this is why I stamped first, is so that this would be dry. I'm not going to do there. There I'm going to do some green. And you see it isn't really dark enough that it's going to make a huge difference, but it does give a shadow. And I'll let it be a little thicker here, thinner here, and a little thicker there. And I'm going to do the same thing here. And the way I'm doing that is pulling toward me. I don't know that you can see that. I'm pulling toward me. Thicker, thinner, thicker. And then I think I want to add just a little shadow right there under that heart. And then here at the bottom is going to be just a little thin shadow. Love that. And all it is, and I could do a little gray if I wanted to do like one of the really pale gray tones. And now on this, on the inside here, like this ribbon, so to speak, I am using the light end of the dull green. And I'm just going in and coloring all of that with the light end. And this dull green is a really good close match to that fern. And then all I'm going to do is create a little shadowing with the medium. Just a little shadowing with the medium. And then I'm going to come back with the light over top of that just to blend those areas. And that's it. That's all I need for that. And then on the red, I'm going to use the light. Now this is probably going to be a little darker than the cherries, but I'm okay with that. And it does dry just a little more subtle, so to speak. And I would be fine to leave it just like that, but I'm going to use the medium and do just a little shading. And come back and just cover with the light. And there we go. And so I want to attach my photo first. Let's look at where this is going to go. I think maybe I kind of want it, I still want to be able to see that. I think I kind of want it like this. So I'm going to attach her photo first. And I'm having an offset there just a little. And something I've thought about doing with this page, and I'm just not sure. I thought about using my fine tip journal pen and just put a little black border. And I think I may, because that will really make this stand out. So let's do that. Let me find, which one do I want? Do I want the 0.3? I think I want the 0.3 because it will more mimic that. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, I'm going to pull toward me. I'm going to start here. And it's okay if it gets a little wonky. Matter of fact, I'm actually going to make it a little wonky. I think I'm going to go this way next. I do have a little more control over the pen this way, but I am still making it a little wavy. Because I don't know anybody who can draw a straight line without a ruler. I certainly cannot. Love it. Love it. Okay, and then now I'm going to pop this up with some 3D foam tape. Just to give some dimension and lift. And if you follow me, you know 3D foam tape is like my best friend when it comes to scrapbooking and card making. It's just, you can't get enough of it. I can't anyway. I'm gonna tell you, it feels good to be back in my craft room, which it desperately needs cleaned. And I plan on doing that today. It's a rainy day, so I will be cleaning house, doing laundry, cleaning in my scrapbook room, and then creating more pages. Okay, now let's figure out where we want to put this little cutie tootie guy. I don't want to completely cover that because I want that to be like peeking out. There we go. And to finish it off, I am going to use some of these really cute little wood shapes. And the card that inspired this has the little flowers, but since this is the secret ingredient is love, I'm going to pull out some hearts. And I think I thought about coloring the hearts, but I don't think I'm going to color the hearts. I think I'm going to do the hearts like this. And there's a triangle for visual interest. And that's not the right size. So I am going to use these little micro glues to glue them down. And there you go. There you go. What do you think? Isn't it adorable? And then go ahead and stick this in the album so that you can get a feel for what this completed album is going to look like. And I probably will end up putting a printing on a title with a heat transfer on the front of this, probably. And when you get one of these albums, all you do is just pull a little snugly on that and that comes out. So this is going to be absolutely perfect for this paper. And the thing about our 6x8 page protectors is the opening is on the side that you slide your page in, just so you get a feel for what this is going to look like. I love it. Look how pretty. Look how pretty. And I know that my ring light is causing a glare on that, but can you see the shadowing on that jar? Love it. And then you barely can see the shadowing in that heart there, but there's some shadowing there. Love that. And my precious little Granny's hands. Love it. So, what do you guys think about being inspired by a card to create a cover page for my 6x8 album? Leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. If you are a follower, thank you so much for choosing to follow me. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by for the first time. Hopefully you liked what you saw and you will subscribe. Alrighty guys, happy scrapping.